Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharon. This is my YouTube and podcast Magic Mind Medium. And so, as I promised, I was going to uh, start doing historical figures, black figures, and even other races as well. Um, Zodiac signs. All right, so I would like to stress that this podcast and YouTube channel is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. Just depends on what podcast episode you may listen to. All right, so for today, I am going to focus on Zora Neale Hurston. So from the research that I just did, I don't know much about Zora Neale Hurston, but from the research that I just did, she was a Capricorn, which is an Earth sign. Um, so we're going to see if we're able to channel or do a mediumship channeling on Zora Neale Hurston and what things were like. I actually channeled her last week when I did my I want to say when I did my love reading or maybe my illumination revelation reading. I'm not for certain. Okay. Again, this podcast is for entertainment, informational, sometimes educational purposes. Okay. Meaning it is optional. I do have to stress that. All right, so let's get some information about Miss Zora Neale Hurston. Let's see. So let me pull up my zodiac. I'm not big on astrology. It's still something that I'm in the works of learning more about. Okay, so the Capricorns are born between December 22nd and January the 19th. Let's get some sensibility. So the element is earth, the color is brown and black, the quality is cardinal. The day is Saturday, or I guess the specific day will be Saturday. Ruler is Saturn. Their compatibility is with Taurus and Cancer. So, what are the personality traits? The strengths are they're responsible, disciplined, self control, good managers. Weaknesses, they tend to be know it alls, unforgiving, condescending, expecting the worst. Capricorns, lights, family, tradition, music, understated status, quality, craftsmanship. The Capricorns dislike is almost everything at some point, is what it has indicated here. So it says Capricorn is a sign that represents time and responsibility, and its representatives are traditions and often very serious by nature. The individuals possess an inner state of independence that enables significant progress both in their personal and professional lives. They are masters of self control and have the ability to lead the way, make solid and realistic plans, and manage many people who work for them at any time. They will learn from their mistakes and get to the top based solely on their experience and their expertise, is what it has indicated here. Okay, so let's see if we're able to channel some information in regards to Zora, Zora Neale Hurston. As I mentioned, spirit channeling, we all have that capability. Um, I feel at least one time in our lives, right? Uh, or to conjure. All right, I'm going to actually do a let's pull out let's do a seven core. I'm gonna do a seven core uh tree spread that I normally do. Let's just pick seven card tree spreads. And this podcast is not going to be long, maybe 30 minutes at the most. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so what are some information that source is wanting me to know about Zora Neale Hurston? Well, we're going to find out. So I just know a little bit of information on her. I don't know much on her. Okay. At the top, I have Gold Digger. If you're able to view, I do have a new setup. So hopefully you should be able, if you are tuning in, to see my cards. I have Gold Digger here. Gold Digger. Um, Now for the research the little bit of research that I watched in regards to Zora Neale Hurston, that she really didn't receive much monies for her works. So this Gold Digger card could very well be a situation where somebody exploited her and the things that she did, or may not have found any purpose or even value in what she did, if that makes sense to anybody. All right, so I have distance card to show up here. Distance. So I don't know what her love life was like or whatever the case may be, but I showed that there was some distance between her and whoever she may have been in a relationship with, some emotional distance, physical distance, or what have you. She may have been a loner type of individual based on what I'm gathering here. I also have pets. She may have been an animal lover, or she could have been somebody that was real finicky, may had a lot of pet peeves, or whatever the case may be, based on what I'm gathering here with the cards. All right, so I show patience here. Patience. She could have very well been a very patient person. Um, Very tolerable person is what I'm getting at. Have opened up your heart card to show up. That could be in relation to her health, because I do have the health card to show up as solution or outcome. She possibly had some heart concerns based on the reasoning for me having that card. I picked, and then I picked the health card. I have intimacy here. She could have had some issues in terms of sexual chemistry or sexuality, or something involving sex and heart. It could have been in relation to heart concerns or health related, if that makes sense to anybody. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. We're gonna let's get my zodiac cards here, my other cards, and let's get a little bit more information. All right, let's pull out a couple more cards. Again, this podcast and YouTube is for entertainment purposes. All righty. Let's see what the cards have here. I'll read them as they may, as they lay. All right, so the first card I get is Three of Pentacles. Okay, so it could have been a little bit of competitiveness that was going on in regards to her. I have teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, building something, skills, security, goals, long term rewards. Now, based on previous information that I had, there was a little bit of competition that was occurring amongst her and other literary um, figures. The next card I get is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. It mentions lack of long term vision, limited success or reward, distractions, work without results, delays, disappointment. Yes, this is going to be more or less based on the information that I've gathered um, about what was actually transpiring with her. A little bit of ego, jealousy, even surrounding the situation. I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Pentacles has a lot to do with money and is in reverse. So I do feel as though, based on my cheat sheet, Pentacles uh, is in relation to the earth, and it also is in relation to physical. So something lets me know just by that she potentially had some health concerns, particularly with the heart. That's what it lets me know. I'm getting the sense that there may have been a little bit of egotism or even cockiness in regards to her life, right? Based on what I think I watched a documentary or what have you. Yes. So it mentions about financial independence, self care, work home conflict, self centered jealousy, smothering, suspicion, fear, mistrust, devious deceit. Exactly. I think these last two chords mostly fit what correlates to the documentary that I've watched in regards to Zora Neale Hurston. That's what I feel. You have to be very careful when you're playing up against quote the big dogs or what have you, because when you're a know-it-all, some people will use your intellect against you, right? I know this from personal experiences and from watching others. Um, how real that is, how true that is. You got some people, they are so jealous about petty shit that they will try to do you in, particularly when it comes to eating and surviving. So that's basically what that is. The act of jealousy, I should say, and I find it to be very childish and petty. But when it comes to life and living, they don't see it that way. Particularly when Death Angel. I felt as though when I channeled this person last week when I did one of my readings, I can't remember which one. Let me sage, because I'm gonna bring this to a close within the next 20 minutes. I got the sensibility that it was a death angel. Well, actually, I was doing a reading and I was pulled by this Elizabeth Wright person who I'd never heard of, and somehow I started to like view things through this person's eyes, and then all of a sudden it was like Zora Neale Hurston or what have you. So I feel as though the angel of death was on this person, is what I feel, and I'll just be honest about it. And this is no disrespect for whoever the relatives or whomever of this person. This is just for entertainment purposes, okay? So whether it's accurate or not, I don't know. I don't really know much about her and her life. This is just testing the spirit by way of these cards. That's basically what that is. Okay. I get justice card. So this person here, may have been one of those people that needed to prove themselves. A need to prove oneself, a need to vindicate oneself, and it possibly was a game. You know how sometimes you can get in a battle or a game with somebody and you think they're playing and they have to show you they're not playing. Yeah. Get five of coins recession. I think um financially, financially, because I get pentacles, coins, all over this reading. So it could have been a situation where, okay, you think I'm playing, boom. And based on the documentary, this person was out of work and had to work odd jobs throughout her career. Based on what I got, I have Knight of Wands here. It says revolution. So I showed that there was a lot of instability. Knight of Wands mentioned a lusty and free spirited person, creativity. Right. This person had to be creative in getting by and surviving, is what I feel. Get the devil card to show up here as well. So it could be a lot of influence. I feel negative influence surrounding this person. It says obsession, addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, and sexual lust. So this person perhaps had some type of addiction. I'm not going to go into details for the respect of the dead as to what that potentially could be. The next card I get is Three of Wands. Mentions adventure. Three of Wands says teamwork, commerce, expansion, and travel. All right, so it could have been a situation where this person was constantly searching for connection, to connect. Like it could have been a situation where this person was gullible, did not believe that they were not liked, and got beside themselves, and they had to be shown over and over again throughout the course of their life, based on my presumption. Get the Hierophant card as well. So the Hierophant card says traditions, conventional expectation, and conformity. I want to say that what happened with her life potentially was a commonality. And something gives me the sense that this person set out to prove that a lot of what was written or what was said was a lie. That's the sensibility that I got. Like I'm gonna prove that this what they got here is not the true or not accurate, and as a result, they deem that to be disrespectful, right? You don't come around. We didn't ask you to come around to prove anything. Type of that's just by presumption. I don't know. That's just by my presumption. All right. Okay, so let's proceed. Oh, so I get keeping you a secret. Right. She was a secret. I think her works potentially somebody may have profited off of her works, if that makes sense to anybody. Like you don't matter. I just take what she does and I make it my own. You don't fit the mold. Promiscuous. I show could be some promiscuity. That's basically what this devil card comes in that has a session there. So she could have very well been a promiscuous person, slept with a lot of people. I have outdated. Um, so that could very well be with this justice card come in, the need to always want to vindicate oneself, always want to improve oneself, prove something to oneself, because to me it seems as though this person was easily bored, if that makes sense to anybody. The next one I have is investigator. You know what? I think the investigator card in this sense was spirits that was gravitating to, that was monitoring her. She could potentially been monitored, her and her colleagues, because of feeling of not measuring up or not having purpose, or what one do is not purposeful, right? So that could be very well be with that energy that I was picking up on last week, and what could have prompted her to write, their eyes was watching God. I have red lipstick stains here. Could this very well be a situation where somebody used something against this person to exploit this person? Like you playing hardball with the wrong people, and use of her words is by way of exploitation. I'm not gonna say sloppy, but not being careful. Kick to the curve. Yeah, I honestly feel as though when that revelation came to this person, it was a hard pill to swallow based on the cards, based on what I gather here. Um, in regards to this reader, like you really thought that these people were for you, they liked you, and they had you to feel that way, and then revelation came in, and you could see it for what it really was. All right, so I got a whole bunch of cards that just flew over the. I get strife. That could have very well been some battles or some strife. Again, that ego coming in. I get costume designer. Something lets me know in this sense of the matter it was a show. It was about a show. I get a lot of cockiness around. Uh, that's what it shows. Man, I get High Priestess card. Something gives me the sensibility of fear somehow. Fear, secrets, mystery, intuition, trust yourself. Yeah, I feel as though this person felt fear somehow. If that makes sense to somebody. I get virtue card. It has the number 3 there. Let's see what 3 represent groups, expansion, expression. It could have been a group of monitoring spirits that was surrounding this person. I get the journalist. It could have very well been, was this person a part of media, potentially media spirits? Could that very well been it? This person was actually an author or a writer for media spirits. Could have been a situation of playing on one's intelligence. If that makes sense to anybody, I have completion. I show that this person completed something. I don't know if it was a degree or some type of course or something, but I get the completion card to show up here. And I get the devil card as well. This is the second time I get the devil card. Again, the devil card mentions addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, sexual lust. Hmm. All right, let's get a little bit of past history on this person. Even though this person has departed, let's get what was going on potentially. All right. So I get spouse here. Now, from my understanding, this person was not married, but that may not necessarily be true. So could that potentially be that this person was secretly married, or potentially had a common law? I have health. So the health card shows up again. Something shows me that there was something surrounding this person's health. Something surrounding this person's health. I get angels. I think she was seeing angels, particularly the angel of death, if that makes sense to anybody. And I think when she wrote that, I think what was it, a novel or memoir, or what have you, about their eyes was watching God. I think that was the call. Get the Celtic card here. So it's going to let me know when I do my Celtic cards. I get authority figures. Um, so this person here potentially was running from the law, if that makes sense to anybody. I don't know. Maybe something was going on in the back end and the back scenes. Who knows? But I show authority figures is what I show. Okay, so it's going to tell me something in regards to uh, my Celtic cards. All right, give me at least 3 cards. Give me a synopsis because I think it's going to give me a sensibility about what transpired. I have, what, 4 or 5 cards here? Get the moon card. Oftentimes, when I get the moon cards in relation to some secrets, says unseen problems, voluntary changes, trust your intuition. I get the 6 of Wands here. Six of Wands. So the 6 of Wands mentions victory, award, recognition, good news, success. Yeah, I honestly feel as though, believe it or not, this person was in fear of their life. I think this person was going in and out of an altar. Like it may appear as though this person was happy, this person was um felt fulfilled, but this person actually, I feel, was surrounded by fear. Something this person was not obtaining or not able to get. And not being able to converse or express it because no one really potentially cared. I show health related. I honestly feel as though this person was sacrificed. The 10 of Pentacles to me is my sacrifice card. That's my inner knowing. My sacrifice card is what I feel. Now, according to the cheat sheet, the 10 of Pentacles says leaving a legacy, retirement, and inheritance. Yeah, I feel as though this person was sacrificed. I get Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups. A nurturing person, healing support. Right. This person could potentially been sacrificed. Could be family. A mother-like figure. The next card I get is 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. Luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain, solo pleasures. Yeah, this person potentially was sacrificed. Do I feel as though it was for financial gain? Maybe not. I mean, it could be, excuse me, it could have been an investment in learning, if that makes sense in the body. Like an investment in learning about um, Black women and their health and issues. Because in order for someone to invest in life insurance, it has to take a grouping of people to invest as well to build the back end of finances. So I want to say that I think it was more or less to learn. So it could have been a situation in regards to the hospital or funeral services or what have you, where they can examine and learn. That was the trade off, if that makes sense to anybody. I get defiance. I think this person was a very defiant person, and it could have potentially annoyed many around, if that makes sense. We have the secret. She was in on a secret. She was in on the secret. I think she was more or less like an investigative reporter to debunk certain spiritual duties, is what I feel. The validity of financial, right? I get necropolis. Necropolis. What exactly is necropolis? Let's look this up. I think that's why she was sacrificed, because she wanted to prove that a lot of these spirit related job fields and spiritual duties did not exist. And what was actually transferred behind the scenes. It says a cemetery, especially a large one belonging to an ancient city. That's what it mentions. Right. So I think some things was transferred. She was able to tap into the acquisition of certain businesses and how a lot of knowledge and know-how was coming into existence underground. That's what I feel. And she was very fearful. I get fear there when revelation comes to you. All right, let's get a couple of the Mrs. Cleo's cards, and I'm gonna bring this to a close. I get 10 of coins here. Mentions leaving a legacy, retirement, inheritance. See, that's the thing. I think her investment was in um, examination, even. I get 6 of coins here. Giving or receiving help, generosity. Get 8 of coins. Mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. See, that's the thing. I don't feel as though that's how she felt. I felt as though she felt as though it was a mockery. She was going to set out to prove otherwise. I get 5 of swords. 5 of swords mentions bullies, theft, violence, abusive relationships. Right. Yeah, I think I'm not going to sit here and make it seem as though she was innocent. I think she was bullied. I also feel as though she potentially bullied as well. We get 7 of cups, too many choices, commitment issues. Right. So I honestly feel as though this person was being trottled along, if that makes sense to anybody. Like being tattled and trottled along. Like, come on, come on, come on. Like, somebody that'll try to entice somebody to do something. Right. That's what I feel was going on with this person. I get Knight of Cups. It says a prince or princess, charming, romance, and proposal. Right. This is what I feel what was going on with Mrs. Zora Neale Hurston in her life. Okay. All right. So that is the zodiac reading for Capricorn for Zora Neale Hurston. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Let me pull out my pendulum board. I'm gonna ask just one question before we go ahead and end. One question. All right, let's pull this up. All right, so source God. This reading is on Zora Neale Hurston, the author of many. I don't know if it's many books, but the author of several books. Let me know, yes or no, if this person was sacrificed for science or health. Was this person sacrificed? Yes or no? Okay, let me hold it steady and then we will proceed. Was this person sacrificed? All right, according to this, the person was not sacrificed. according to the pendulum board. But the tarot cards mentions that potentially she will sacrifice. So I don't know. All right, so I am going to conclude this episode of Magic Mind Medium. And the questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, have a safe and wonderful day.